Vince Marcanti. Hello. Well, I guess I should start out by saying why I haven't done a show in so long. Well, because there's nothing new to talk about anymore. You think the shit going on this year is anything new? No, it's the same old Plutie planned propaganda, psyops, and dummy distraction bullshit. Not anything new. It's all frickin' boring to me. It's all a scripted show, and they don't even try anymore. They're just playing Plutie propaganda reruns all summer long. But sheepies, they keep falling for it, while the Plutie overlord agenda continues. The great plutonomy reset to despotic dystopia, unobserved and unchallenged by we the sheepies. Everyone is getting dumber and dumber out there too, you know. Dumb all over, a little ugly on the side too, you know. And I'm not exempt. Me too. I notice my thinking is getting slower. Sometimes I can't find the right words when I'm trying to express something. It's like a brain fog, you know, probably from nanoparticles coming down in the air, crossing the blood-brain barrier, you know. Well, lucky I'm a genius, you know, so I can afford to lose a few IQ points, right? But, I mean, imagine a dumb person getting even dumber. That's dangerous. These people drive cars. We interact with them in society. Some people are so dumb behind the wheel, it's frightening. I don't like to drive anywhere in or near the city. Just dummies all over. Dumb all over. Boy, Frank Zappa had it nailed. That song. Anyways, have you noticed people are getting dumber out there? Or is it just me? I don't think so. It's like they're lobotomized, you know? The already dumb vaccinated Republicans and Democrats are becoming completely unaware and unconcerned of reality, completely obsessed with bullshit and idiocy. That is completely ridiculous. I mean, the great plutonomy reset moves seamlessly while, you know, people don't know what the fuck is going on in the world. And with Trump playing head sock puppet, everything is moving faster than ever towards the dystopia they want. Remember, Trump is the guy who launched the plutonomy reset. He shut down the country when they told him to. He does whatever they tell him to. That's what he is. That's what a politician is nowadays in a plutocracy. The next big psyop will be launched soon while Trump does his acting role of head sock puppet president. You know, they don't give a fuck what meaningless shit you think about, as long as no one uses that galvanizing word plutocracy, and no one talks about ending it by a revolution of noncompliance. You know, they just want you to keep pretending Trump is in charge and he makes all the decisions, you know, because we live in a democracy. Now, Vince, shut up. It's a constitutional republic. Get it right. Shut the fuck up, you idiots. It's always been a goddamn plutocracy, and it's not even hidden anymore. You know, not to anyone with a functioning brain, able to observe basic empirical reality. They keep sheepies in a fictitious, false reality simply to keep us dumb and docile so we never get together and decide to end their demonic reign of terror. You know, a reign of terror that has stagnated and repressed humane technological and social advancement. And let's get this straight. We don't want global governance. That is tyrannical. It's evil and insane global plutocracy. Communities in all over the country, neighborhoods, and the people in it can better decide what is best for their lives, for their neighborhood, for their region, and our country. So, let's get it right. Global governance is bad, okay? What we need is a global peace and fair trade accord. That's all. That's all there is to it. Not global dictatorship. Just a peace accord, so countries don't start blowing each other up anymore. The people who think that they oppose government crimes and injustice, but not plutocracy, they are the most pathetic because they don't know the root causality to all our problems. And they don't know what the solution is. And that's what they want people too dumb and brainwashed to know. They don't want them to know who the real enemy is. It's like, come on, guys, let's protest Trump, that fascist dictator. He's like Hitler. Yeah, okay. Then, no, he's nothing like Hitler, actually. Or, let's protest that bombing of Iran. No, protest for the Palestinians. No, let's riot over immigration laws, for the Soros Open Society Foundation. No, we want the Epstein client list. Once we see proof of that, it'll fix everything, right? No, be afraid because Trump is going to start World War III and the economy is going to crash. Don't unite to end plutocracy. Prepare for doom. God, they've been saying the same shit for so long. World War III, economic collapse. Oh, my God. Prepare. Don't unite. It's sickening. 15 years, these fucking morons been calling for a economic collapse. They don't even understand it's all fiat money. They can't collapse. What they want you to do is protest the Shaboskoy, sock puppet politicians, and vote harder. Next time, in the next election, maybe you'll get the right guy this time. Only uniting tireless and dedicated people with one concise goal to end and ban plutocracy forever. That's the only thing that can change anything. Sometimes I feel like I'm the only one who can see everything said and contrived by government and the Jew news media is all a show to control, confuse, and sedate sheepy minds. And it's mostly the same shit over and over and over. And even idiots my age and older, they still play along. They still believe this shit. How can they not understand it's all a show by now? And personally, I knew in my 20s. But shitheads still in their 50s and older, they still think voting in a plutocracy might change something. Yeah, okay, fucktards. I feel like a stranger in a strange, retarded land, all alone, and deemed insane by the mindless retards whose view of the world is completely fake and extremely limited. Anyone who thinks Trump calls the shots, he's the big boss, what he says goes. Just like Joe Biden did. Yeah, he was so smart. He called the shots, You're completely brain dead if you believe that. It's all a fucking show scripted by evil scumbag, greedy rich pricks that conspire with each other, because all their demonic goals align, More power, more money, and more evil. All we are to them are mindless animals to exploit or be used as disgusting sexual and barbaric amusement to them. Everything is evil as you can imagine these people are guilty of, from pedophilia to mass murder, be it a slow or fast death. They have no remorse for us non-rich, hardworking people. Like when they order the killing of millions of chickens, just for food price control, and they blame it on bird flu. They have no sympathy for the chickens like I do. That's how they feel about humans. They have no sympathy when they kill humans. No difference in their mind from chickens and poor people. We're the same lesser species to them. They are Satan's chosen ones, and we are nothing more than mindless livestock that must be slaughtered for the comfort of the super rich. That's the people who matter. So, these are the people that we let be in charge of us, not doing a thing about it. People who see us as disposable commodities, Yeah, they're allowed to be the rulers, huh? That's genius, isn't it? Now, it's clear. You don't have to be a super rich prick to be evil and sociopathic like a ruling plutocrat, you know. These IDF scumbag soldiers, they think humans in Palestine are lower than livestock, and they find glee and make sport out of killing beautiful children and babies and women and men. You know, the way the Jews think of Palestinians, and the Palestinians are some of the most kind and compassionate people in the world, by reports I've heard, you know. But that's how the rulers see us, the same way as Jews see Palestinian, less than animals, you know. Whether they're killing hundreds of us by weather warfare or thousands by deadly vaccines or the COVID protocols. Remember how many people they put to death? Old people, especially. You know, in our own country. Well, they are as remorseless to them as giving Jews bombs to kill a million innocent Palestinians, you know. So, you think it might be time to fight back, for fuck's sake? I don't know. Maybe let's wait. Maybe Elon Musk will save us next time we have an election. Everything they say is a lie, and mostly the complete opposite of reality. You know, even war is fake. Yeah, the deaths, well, that's real and heartbreaking. But the reason they give for the war, it's always bullshit. It's like our predicament of abrupt climate collapse, not climate change. Abrupt climate collapse is our predicament. Everything they say about global warming, yeah, it's bullshit or lies of geoengineering omission. But the environmental and atmospheric devastation, well, that's real and way worse than they say. The world is a stage to the Zionist Plutie scriptwriters, you know. It's how about that American bombing of Iran, you know? It's already disappeared in the media and in the minds of sheepies. No one cares anymore, but it was a fun little spectacle for us for a few days, you know? But it's all bullshit. I guess that the Iranian leaders, you know, they have an agreement with the Jews and us. You know, just like Hamas. The Hamas leaders who were involved in October 6th, you know, that planned false flag event, it's all orchestrated from the top. You know, Iran was told the United States of Israel would bomb a certain site and say, we got the nuclear shit, you know, and then the Iranians would retaliate by announcing where and when they will bomb and no Americans will be hurt. That's a show. That's all a show, can't you tell? Iranian sheepies think their government fought back, and idiot Americans think Trump prevented a crazy religious Iranian leaders from getting a nuke. Bam, that's badass. You know, the war plutocrats have to justify the military budget with shit like this. And of course, they always display our allegiance to Israel. And, you know, they make idiots think World War III may be happening at any minute, you know, which it isn't. World War III is not where they want to go. It's bad for business. That's a final last contingency plan, like I mentioned in my book. Anyways, you know, they need to justify why they give the military $1 trillion a year to protect us. Oh, please save us, Donny Goy. Please save us from them radical Iranians. You know, they make up the cover story, and that hasn't changed in 50 years. Like, these Iranian religious extremists are days away from finishing off a nuclear bomb, and they will use it immediately. Not just on the Jews, but they'll bomb New York. Yeah, well, that wouldn't be such a bad idea. No, I'm kidding. You know, so thank God Trump took it out. It was beautiful. It was perfect. Best bombing ever under my leadership. You know, while the real agendas are never admitted to, like it was for the Greater Israel Project of mass murder and land theft. That's going on, and it's coming together as planned. And Iran is on board with it. It's all a fucking show. Everything most people see and believe that is going on in the world is all Plutie propaganda fakery that hides the real dark, demonic agenda of greed and global control by the richest, soulless sociopaths on earth. They keep us in fear and delusional distraction to the point that idiots think the Jew-owned news media and the stock market has some truth to it. You know, it's kind of real. It's grounded in reality. No, it isn't. It's all fake. I mean, yes, people with a lot of money make a lot of more money, you know, on stocks. But everything they say is a lie, and they create as much fake fiat money that they want to keep it reaching record highs or at least afloat, you know, when in a real world monetary system, a financial collapse would have occurred 18 years ago. It can't anymore. Did you hear the bullshit opposition to the latest plutocrat steal and spend bill? What they call it? The big, beautiful bill. Oh, it's so beautiful, you know. Oh, my God. The beautiful Big Brother bill that Trump wrote it all by himself. He's such a genius, you know. Well, some people were a little worried. They're like, oh, my God, it adds $3 trillion to the debt. And the military budget is $1 trillion too. Oh, my God, the debt will hurt us somehow, right? Oh, my God, what are we going to do? No, idiots. It's all fake. Debt doesn't matter in this plutonomy system. You understand? The $3 trillion it adds is just the debt they admit to the public. It means nothing. How could it mean anything with quantitative easing to infinity? Endless money they are allowed to create, and they decide where it goes. They control it all. Imagine if we, the people, decided what to use it on, to use it to make our lives and country better. What if we decided, not these demons? Now, there's over $20 trillion unaccounted for in the Pentagon, you know, for black operations like geoengineering and DUMBs, deep underground military bunkers. And they create $1 trillion in secret every 3 months just to keep the markets at record highs for their Plutie-owned corporations and banks and insurance companies. And they need to keep gas prices low so things can go on as normal until the great reset to transhuman artificiality is complete. And many more of us are dead. That shit isn't made public. So don't even engage in a discussion about debt, government debt. It doesn't matter anymore. So what is real? What is real? What is real? Not Israel. Well, the negative externalities and consequences to plutocracy, that's real. You know, like poverty, shitty and crumbling infrastructure, collapsing environment, weather warfare, death, mass murder of poor people in war. You know, from Palestinians being blown up, shot, crushed, and vaccinated, to all of us breathing toxins and eating pesticides and getting vaccinated and popping pills and getting early onset dementia and turbo cancer. That's the real shit. And they want to make it worse, and they will. They waged a secret but blatant war against us. All we have to do to fight back is disobey and end their ability to buy power over us. We can do that in a one-page declaration of the people. And the next day after ending plutocracy, we can stop all geoengineering and weather warfare and let the earth adapt to the rapid climate destruction we have caused naturally. And, you know, Just fuck off if you still pretend the earth is just fine after all we've done to destroy the web of life and pollute the ground and water and change the chemical makeup of the atmosphere. Yeah, it has an effect. Okay, fucktards. Quit your infantile denial. It's pure biased idiocy. Just like the Plutie elite wants from you, you know? People are so biased. They think, some of them on the right, I guess, they think an ice age is coming. Really? On a rapidly warming planet. An ice age. Okay. Okay, buddy. But I still believe we can yet change, and we can stop geoengineering and mass environmental devastation by corporations and governments, and let the earth react naturally to the changes and find an equilibrium that may support life through the future. And we can end all war and deadly for-profit Plutie medical methodology and produce clean food for all, and ban all Jews from holding a government position in our country. Yeah, I said it. You know, like there's always a Jew. It's the head of the USDA, and they have a kosher tax to steal money from us, but the food we get is shit. We need them out of government. I'm sorry, maybe some non-Talmudic, non-Zionist Jews, they might be decent people. That Lee Camp guy, he's a Jew. He's cool. That Max Blumenthal dude, who I used to not like because seemed like a commie going to Venezuela saying how great it is. Well, he's a good guy. He is good on the Palestinian genocide. So, yeah, there's some good Jews. But I'm sorry, your people ruined it for you. No more Jews in government. Period. We just got to get rid of you all from government. I'm sorry, even if you're a good one. We got to draw the line. You could do other things. Anyways, I probably didn't say anything you brilliant people who click on my videos don't already know. You know. Oh, you know what? Please subscribe if you haven't. You know, when I comment on other videos that need to be criticized, people who get upset at me, they make fun of me for only having 150 subs, you know, and the person I criticized has like 50,000. So I must be the idiot, you know. Okay, sheepy, it's a popularity contest, yeah? Not a call to action or desire to speak the truth, which I do for free. No grifting or sponsors like they all got. No, Vince, the person with more subs must be speaking the truth, right, sheepies? Whatever. I mean, who cares? I don't know why I do this, but I do it anyways. Anyways, subscribe, whatever. Maybe I'll do more videos. Anyways, what's going on, my friends? I just went on an opening rant. I don't even know what I just said. But why don't we take a look back since my last show, which was months ago. I'm sorry. But like I said, I've been bored. Nothing is new to me. But like I said in my last show, I said Trump would get credit for ending the war with Russia, and the Jews would stop genociding Palestinians and bombing 6 different countries by about now, you know? And the Jews would start building on their new stolen land. Well, so far, I'm wrong, kind of, you know. Maybe this is the grand finale, and it's about to happen. But I don't know. Maybe they'll keep both wars going for longer. I mean, I think Russia might have told the U.S. to fuck off. They got off plan a little bit because they really benefit from being at war with Ukraine. All evil governments love war because it distracts the sheepies from overthrowing the sociopaths in charge, because constant fear is a mechanism for sheepy obedience and complacency. You know, maybe they were set to have Trump take credit for a peace deal in Ukraine, but the money is still being laundered there, And the weapons makers and investors still want more money, and the Ruskies want it to continue, and so on and on it goes. Yeah, fuck them all over there, Slavic goofballs. But for today's show, I'm going to tell you why the wars don't need to stop and why they feel confident in getting away with anything they want, no matter how evil and detrimental to the human race it is. And above all, they think every crime and atrocity they have undeniably committed, y'all won't do shit about it. You know, just argue about the actors. Oh, maybe we can vote for Elon Muskrat, next time. Oh, another billionaire. Yeah, man, he's so smart. And he wants to release the Epstein client list. So that's all we need to know. Let's wait and see if that charlatan can fix our country. All right, well, let's begin today's rant, for July 2025. By all measures, now and throughout so-called history, which is mostly fake and hidden, the human race has been and still is incredibly brainwashed, simply proved by mass obedience to evil rich rulers and their bullshit. Also, we are not humane collectively as a species. Some of us are individually. Like, I think I'm a decent human being, and I'm sure many of you listening are against murder and subjugation and injustice and out-of-control taxation, and you don't kill animals for fun or something, So, yes, some of us are humane people who know right from wrong and good from evil and truth from bullshit. But collectively, the majority is still complacent to evil rulers. And I guarantee you, the rulers are always rich. So plutocracy has always been our form of governance. Hence, we never evolved to a sane and humane Class 1 civilization in harmony with the earth, the web of life, and each other. If we had any intelligence, we would have achieved that long ago, I believe plutocracy is what stagnates every bit of human advancement. Plutocrats own and control and suppress technology and socioeconomic advancement. We still got some good stuff if it makes money for the plutocrats, like air conditioning's good, which is much needed now as the earth exponentially heats up and the UV radiation increases and ionosphere heaters induce high-pressure heat domes. The technology they give us is for money and control, like blazing fast data speeds through millimeter waves, millimeter wave frequency that's everywhere around us, causing health issues that they don't acknowledge. It's fucking amazing. We still don't know what it's doing to us, but it seems most people have health issues nowadays. Personally, I get insomnia. I think it might be from the microwave radiation or something. Who knows? But I admit it's incredible technology, but it's unhealthy, like vaccines are deemed the greatest medical discovery ever. But in truth, they destroy health and your innate immune system. And they kill, and it takes us further away from natural health techniques that have been proven to work for thousands of years. They give us that shit, but repress humane, helpful, healthy, and free technology, like free energy. You can't cure cancer within a plutocracy because it's profitable, and money is all that matters. That's what we are governed by. In this demonic system, we don't have a global peace accord, and we don't have free electricity or unbiased truth in news or a cure for cancer or a people's government, and on it goes. We will always be denied of real beneficial technology and social progress in a system where money is all that matters, because greedy rich pricks are the overlords. Truth is, every issue is moot. We are all moving to the same dastardly fate, and only a complete revolution of noncompliance and Plutie overthrow can alter the incoming dystopian future, and a destroyed atmosphere that can no longer sustain the web of life, not naturally on this planet. Maybe they'll turn us into cyborg robots that don't need a functioning ozone layer. Well, not us, They're going to kill us, especially people my age and older. Boy, get out of here, you useless eaters. So the point is, if you don't want to overthrow the plutocrats and change our government, we're fucked. Nothing else matters to the human race. That's what I want everyone to know. And the truth is unequivocal, if you look at it rationally, unbiased, and intelligently. Well, let's talk about the stock market bullshit for a minute, Everything in this Plutie-controlled and constructed plutonomy is to make the super rich more rich. I mean, that's what it boils down to. They pretend, you got to be so smart and study for years to figure out how to buy something and sell it when the value goes up, Buy low, sell high. It's so hard to figure out, No, that's bullshit. The truth is, anyone could make millions in stocks if they had millions to invest. It's not hard. The stock market is for greedy, rich pricks to suck out more money that they didn't earn, they don't deserve, and they never use their obscene, ill-gotten wealth for good. Nah, Vince, they're all philanthropists. Yeah, they got their own charitable foundations. Yeah, sure they do, sheepy. Yeah, they do. But they don't do anything good. Fake Plutie philanthropy. I did an experiment just to prove what I just said is true. So I saved up $5,000, which is a lot of money to me. I have to paint a whole big old 4-bedroom house that would take me 160 hours or more to finish. And my bills and taxes in Commie, Illinois is so expensive. So I was never able to save much money as an honest working man, So hence, $5,000 is a lot of money to me. I'm scared to gamble with it. Well, I took my hard-earned money and I bought some stocks. This was in April when the fake tariff bullshit brought the market down a little. And I knew it would go up. I picked a few stocks, and guess what? Fuck yeah! I made some money, Yeah, I made a few grand in a few months. And it proves that even an uneducated outcast from society like me was able to peel away some money from stocks. Now imagine if I had $5 million to invest, like a privileged rich boy, I would have made millions. Doing nothing, just picking a few good stocks in a bull market. That's our system. The rich get richer by doing nothing, and the poor who work their asses off and actually earn their money honestly, they stay poor, and we pay all the taxes. The plutonomy system is controlled in every aspect of money creation and who it goes to, including taxes, as they control government and the economy, which is a plutonomy, and they control technology. They control everything. It's a rigged game. Everything they say that supposedly affects the markets is complete bullshit. It's used for mini pump and dumps over and over. Buy low, sell high. They have computers doing it for them. Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. Sometimes they have these computers doing it for pennies, shaving off profits by the nanosecond. It's disgusting. It's a shit show of fake money exchange. Nothing created, just digits of fake money being passed around, and mostly up to the rich Plutie pricks. And, remember the tariff talk. It's all contrived bullshit. No, Vince Trump is trying to bring jobs back. Yeah, okay, fucktard. Oh, my God. Back in April, the plutocrats sold lots of their stocks. And the June News said, well, no, it's all because of Trump's tariffs. He's going to destroy the economy. Then all of a sudden, I got to wait 90 days. Don't worry. Then they buy back all their stocks at a low number. And now it's at record highs again. They made a lot more fucking money in the last few months, okay? Nothing actually happened, but they make more and more and money. And on it goes. Their game goes on, and it won't stop until the earth can't supply us with enough food and resources. Because I'll never run out of fiat money to infinity. Created by the greediest people at will. They decide what to do with it. But when resources run out, then we get Mad Max times. They'll probably still be okay in their underground bunkers or guarded castles. But we're going to kill each other. It's incredible. It's incredible. People still don't know it's a rigged game. Just admit it. Yeah, you made some money in the stock market, but it's all fucking rigged. You can admit it. But to me, the most stupid thing I've heard is happening lately, People believing there are documents somewhere that expose disgusting rich pedos in government in Hollywood will be released, and they'll expose all the people involved and throw them in jail. Epstein client list? Really? JFK files, MFK files? You fucking morons. Do you really think someone is going to pay for that? How can anyone think truth would ever come out about plutocratic crimes under plutocratic governance? Good God, is that really naive? I don't even want to talk about it because it's so absurd to think crimes of the Jews and their Shaboskoy rich rats or anyone in the pedo blackmail club would ever be exposed. Oh, yeah, you know what? Your president is a big fucking pedo. He loved Epstein. They were bosom buddies. Yeah, okay, that's what they're going to tell you, right? Holy crap, are people dumb. So I just ignore that shit. It's useless. What I want to talk about right now is why they are able to tell people they will do something and they never do it. Ready for the secret reason? Only I seem to have been able to figure out. Because they have no respect for sheepy intelligence. It doesn't exist. And they know we are lazy and helpless as fuck. We learned how to be helpless. They know how stupid the sheepies are. And they think, we won't do shit about it. Yeah, you're probably right. I hope you're wrong. But they're very confident now. They're not afraid of us one bit. I mean, Democrats never do anything. Nothing that they aren't told to do. They'll protest, for Soros. But the Republicans, who are now simply all Trump-tards, I guess, they're far too easily fooled and imbecilic to turn on their bloviating, buffoonish orange savior, that Jesus saved from an assassin's bullet, What bullshit that was. They clearly faked a goddamn assassination like a WWF spectacle. And still, some people take this shit seriously. Think of that. Think of that. Think how bold they are. They could stage an assassination and get away with it, not even worried about anyone questioning it. It was really bad. It wasn't a good staged event. It was so easy to freaking tell it was fake. Now, having said that, yeah, it sounds pretty depressing. But I want to express, I do have a glimmer of hope that more people are waking up over this Epstein client list bullshit. Yes, they were dumb enough to think Trump isn't a compulsive liar and a sock puppet actor for fat rat Jews that own him. But maybe some of them actually are realizing that Trump is a scumbag Shabos Goy, just like Biden. Only difference is Trump is actually pretty good at bullshitting, but when you know that and see through his lies, the guy is so freaking repulsive, so despicable. He makes me sick to my stomach, and he should do that to everyone who even looks at him and hears a word out of his mouth. That's how he should be viewed. It's only delusion that makes people think he's not a piece of shit. Anyways, if more people wake up to that reality, it could help our chances to end plutocracy. So this Epstein issue may be what helps us reach the critical mass needed to overthrow these evil Plutie fucks. Now, I don't think anyone, not even an Obama-loving libtard, can believe Epstein would have or could have killed himself. You know, I'm pretty certain he's alive and living well in Israel. I don't believe he was murdered. Excuse me. People like him always have a failsafe. So if they're endangered or murdered, documents will be released. Like John McAfee said he had a failsafe, but he actually didn't. But you better believe a Mossad agent of the highest secrecy and protection, like Epstein, yeah, he had a failsafe. Believe me. We're talking about blackmail on the highest level from presidents, princes, and kings. This is top level shit, okay? They just took him out of the cell and put in a cadaver that looked like him and made up the story of 1 minute missing on some useless video, to get dummies to waste time talking about. Oh my God, there's 1 minute missing. That's when it all happened. Come on. It's a waste of time to even talk about. Anyways, I hope that gets people outraged and mad as hell, because to fight back, first, we have to get angry. And we need to shout, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. Well, by the way, for you youngsters, that's from a movie called Network. Watch that movie. Take a break from the stupid superhero gay movies and watch a classic like that. But they will just start a different psyop for Trump-tards to forget about his bosom buddy Epstein, like, hey, remember that witch hunt they had on me on Russia collusion? Yeah, we're going to get Obama and throw him in jail for that. Yeah, man, just like Hillary, remember we were all chanting, lock her up? Yeah. Did you lock her up, fucktard? Did you, asshole? No? Oh, wait. Well, now we're going to go after Obama, and idiots are so easily fooled and misled, they might even believe him. Well, I need to make one more point and show you a huge example of what the despicable Trump psyop is about. Well, obviously, to give false hope to righty sheeptards and keep Democrats voting for shit stains like Biden and AOC, yeah, go blue team. As I said in my last show, I wanted the fools who believe Trump's bullshit to ask him to expose and end geoengineering and all-weather warfare, which the fucktard probably knows nothing about, The political Plutie puppet show is on a need-to-know basis. Most politician puppets are as clueless as their sheepy constituents. Well, they know this issue of Trump lying about a Jew-run gigantic elite pedophile ring that was a huge part of Trump's life. And, Trump is the most photographed with the slimy Jew of anyone, by far. It's finally making some Trump-tards consider their hero is a piece of shit. Not idiots like Alex Jones, Guy's freaking licks his ass every day. But the righties, with some semblance of common sense, they're double thinking it now, and I love it. Fuck the liberals. They have denied most every conspiracy fact, since they went to college. So even if they start to suspect that they might be wrong, people in that lefty sheep herd will never admit they're wrong. These are the most smug and pathetic people that can't admit when they're wrong. A libtard will end a friendship over political disagreements because they're so weak-minded and conceited. A Republican or a Trump-tard, they won't do that. They can still be friends with a libtard, but not the other way around. I know this from experience and testimony from others. So, never count on a libtard Democrat for anything. They won't help in any way. But you know what? We don't need them. We only need us pure-blood free thinkers, which is, I don't know, maybe 3 to 5%, and rising slowly. But if we get with us and the common sense righties, that's enough. If these sheepies ever finally realize Trump is a charlatan owned by Christ-hating Zionist Jew demons who suck Satan's cock, well, we may have a chance for a real overthrow. And, maybe a few rational libtards will join us too. Anyways, the people in the righty sheep herd are the ones who actually consider some conspiracy theories may be true. And geoengineering is up there for all to plainly see. Only a brain-dead socialist government-loving libtard can deny what their eyes see, to protect their liberal media manufactured belief system of absurdity. So, anyways, because of this problem with Trump-tards, maybe waking up to what a piece of shit Trump is, and they want to see secrets revealed, well, the Plutie Planning Committee came up with a plan, and I will play it for you right now. The head of the EPA is named Lee Zeldin, and guess what? He's a Jew. And he said he will tell us the truth about geoengineering. Do you trust him? Do you trust him to tell us the truth about geoengineering? Do you trust anyone in this Jew administration? All right, hold on. I'm going to run it now for you.
Americans have urgent and important questions about geoengineering and contrails.
You sure
do. The American public deserves and expects honesty and transparency from their government when seeking answers. But for years,
we expected,
people who asked questions in good faith were dismissed, even vilified by the media and their own government. That era is over. The Trump EPA is committed to total transparency.
The Trump EPA, go save us.
I tasked my team at EPA to compile a list of everything we know about contrails and geoengineering.
All right, Lee.
The purpose of releasing it to you now publicly.
Oh, my God.
In other words, I want you to know everything I know about these topics and without any exception.
What if you don't know shit, Lee?
Instead of simply dismissing these questions and concerns as baseless conspiracies, we're meeting them head on. We did the legwork, looked at the science, consulted agency experts, and pulled in relevant outside information to put these online resources together. Everything we know about contrails to solar geoengineering will be in there. That means that anyone who reads through this information will know as much about these topics as I do as EPA administrator.
They'll know all the bullshit, Lee.
To anyone who's ever looked up to the streaks in the sky and asked, what the heck is going on? Or seen headlines about private actors and even governments looking to blot out the sun in the name of stopping global warming.
That's who they'll blame it on.
We've endeavored to answer all of your questions at the links on your screen. In fact, EPA shares many of the same concerns when it comes to potential threats to human health and the environment.
Of course they do.
Especially from solar geoengineering activities.
You've been so good on that.
The enthusiasm for experiments that would pump pollutants into the high atmosphere has set off alarm bells here at the Trump EPA. Prior to now, EPA has never been this proactive to raise awareness about concerns with geoengineering and to stop this activity from being scaled up. This is what it looks like when government actually listens to the will of the people and doesn't try to squash it.
No, they try to fool
You can
them.
always trust this administration and this EPA to take your concerns seriously.
I trust you, Lee.
Answer your questions honestly and carry out the will of voters with integrity.
Thank you, Lee. You sound so trustworthy, not like a scumbag used car salesman. Well, listen, don't believe a word this Jew says. Trump will set you free, Lee, Just drop off the key, Lee, and set yourself free. Gonna make the truth public. Yeah, they'll make something public, and it'll be all bullshit. Do not go to that link. It's probably a watch list. Don't go to the link. And don't believe a word this Jew says. They will say some bullshit like Booby fucking Kennedy Jr. says, It's just from jet fuel that makes the white trails from the engine exhaust, I'm a piece of shit. Just like he says about vaccines. It's just a thimerosal in vaccines. Vaccines are great. Everyone must take them and wear a monitor device, with a vaccine schedule. That guy's a piece of shit, and so is Lee Zeldin. I mean, screw you, RFK. It's not exhaust. It's being sprayed through nozzles. In the rare, short condensation trails, that's not what's mucking up our skies. They will never admit our military is doing it, and it's way worse this year. So it's being ramped up, not turned down, as Trump plays head sock puppet, and weather modification is getting worse. If you think Jew Zeldin will admit our military has done geoengineering for decades, and it resulted in horrible things, including the contamination of our air, water, and soil, and our lungs and brains, and disrupted the hydrological cycle, you must be as dumb as people who think there's an Epstein client list and it'll be made public just for you. Maybe a fake one. What they give us will be fake, believe me. Also, chemtrails, which is solar radiation management, is just one horrible part of geoengineering. Ionosphere heaters, microwave frequency emitters for weather modification. It won't be mentioned by Jew Zeldin. They will just have a discussion about contrails, and they will scapegoat a global warming billionaire or a CEO and Bill Gates, blocking a tiny bit of sunshine in small test balloons with coal fly ash, in the atmosphere. It's so stupid, but they think they can subdue the righties who actually knew something ain't right up there in the sky. And that flood in Texas was tragic, but the news never mentioned how fucking anomalistic a 20-foot rise in the water level in 40 minutes is. Nope, they just said maybe the warning system didn't quite work right. That's it. We have never had a never-ending heat wave like this near Chicago under a heat dome for weeks on end. So the news ran a week-long story about the heat wave of 1995, which only lasted a few days. But it's just so you know, it happens all the time. It's normal. No, assholes, this is not normal. I've never seen nighttime temperatures stay so high for so long, and they don't keep records on that. I have never had to use the air conditioner for so long, not even close. This year is the worst I've ever seen, and they don't want you to think about it. Just keep working and buying stocks and spending money. That's all that matters in this life within our plutocracy. But we are the people humanity has been waiting for. We are going to end it and save humanity and the environment. We are the ones who see the lies and seek truth from bias and brainwashing. We will end their reign of terror, but our time is running out fast. 5 years is all we got before the great plutonomy reset is solidified. So speak up and speak out and never stay silent, even when you are the only voice of truth and reason. Get my book if you want, The People's Declaration to End Plutocracy, on Amazon Books. Someone on BitChute named God in My Hands gave me a little shit. He said, hey, my music is free, but how come I want money for my book? Well, a book it has to be manufactured with paper and glue, so it can't be free. And I only get $1 per book sold, so I made like $20 so far, yay! But the guy makes a good point, so I will do some videos of me reading the whole book, a free audio book videos for free, just for you, God in my hands, and for people who are too cheap to buy a copy and give me $1. It's a damn good book covering the problems and solution. So, thank you for joining me on the Plutocracy Report for July 2025, show 114. Until next time, more than radiation world, my friends.
You take your orders, you play pretend, you never